You installed a tanning ledge to relax, but let's be honest, most of the time it looks less like a vacation spot and more like a sand and slime trap. If you find yourself spending a lot of time rushing this area into the main pool only to move the problem around, then you know the frustration of keeping these shallow areas clean. Most pool cleaners completely ignore this area. Up until very recently, the only type of vacuums that did a good job here were the nicer handheld vacuums or the manual vacs. And let's face it, both of those still require some effort on the part of the pool owner. This is the Beatbot Sora 30 pool vacuum robot, and it's one of the first mid-range cleaners that I've tested that actually attempts to clean shallow areas properly. But before you get too excited, there's a few trade-offs you need to know about. So if you've been shopping for robotic pool cleaners, you already know that there's a huge jump between mid-range cleaners and premium ones. And until recently, if you wanted features like smart navigation, easy water retrieval, and especially shallow area cleaning, you would have had to spend a lot more money. This one sits right in that middle range, but the big question is, does it really deliver where it matters? I'm gonna walk you through it using my standard rating system: cleaning ability, suction power, navigation, battery life, and warranty. And then give you a final score so you can decide for yourself if it's the right fit for your pool. Now, I understand that a lot of you are watching this video because you have a shallow area in your pool and you want to know if this is a solution. So I'm going to start with cleaning ability because for a lot of you watching right now, this is probably why you're here, and I want to give you what you tuned in for. Before I do though, if you find this helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It really is the best way that you can help me out. And of course, if you're considering buying it after you watch the video, I'll have an affiliate link down below in the description that also helps the channel at no extra cost to you. And I really appreciate it when you use those to either purchase or just check pricing. Now on to the cleaning ability. This is where the Beatbot Sora 30 really stands out. Most pool cleaners ignore shallow areas completely, or they push themselves back off into deeper water as soon as they get onto them. This one uses sensors that will detect shallow areas and will climb up and clean them as long as they have a water depth of at least 8 inches, which is most tanning ledges, Baja shelves, and even top stairs, all the prime shallow areas missed by other cleaners. And in my testing, it does a pretty good job. It's not perfect, but it's consistent enough that you're not out here manually brushing all these areas all the time like you normally would be. That alone is a big deal, but on top of that, floor cleaning is strong, the walls are very good, and a waterline cleaning is decent. It's not class leading, but it's good enough to get the job done. Debris pickup is also good, especially for leaves and larger debris. For fine debris, that 150 micron filter is more of an everyday filter, not ultra fine. So just keep that in mind. Beatbot will more than likely give us an ultra fine option as an additional purchase in the future. So I wouldn't really consider the lack of one being included a deal breaker by any means, because I do think it'll be offered as an option in the near future. So for cleaning ability, I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. Just want to point out where the cleaner is now is an area that most cleaners would not even attempt. Next, we have suction power, and this cleaner is rated at 6,800 gallons per hour, which is strong in this category. And in actual use, it performs really well. It climbs up the walls well, holds them on the way back down, does the water line adequately. It handles leaves, twigs, typical debris without much problem. And that 5-liter filter basket means less frequent emptying. For most pool owners, this is going to be more than enough suction power. So for suction power, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Navigation is another area where this cleaner does a lot right. It uses a structured pattern on the floor, which really helps with consistent cleaning. But what really matters is how it transitions between surfaces. Floor to wall, wall to water line, and most importantly, that ledge. That's where most cleaners just fail. Using multiple sensors on this one, including the one on the bottom, feels way more intentional than random, and it's a big reason why this cleaner succeeds in those shallow areas. Bet you've never seen anything like that. It's not perfect by any means, but it's definitely above average at this price point. So for navigation, I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. For For battery life, I'm gonna be slightly conservative here. It's rated at 5 hours, and it's pretty realistic depending on how you use it. I gotta be honest, I might be a little bit jaded here because I just reviewed another model with a significantly longer battery life. But to be fair, it wasn't even anywhere close to being in this price range. For most pools, even when you're cleaning the entire thing, 5 hours is more than adequate for cleaning the entire pool. Where it differs a bit from those premium models is the ability to run it multiple times using timers without having to worry about recharging it. Realistically, with this cleaner having a battery life of 5 hours, I wouldn't expect to clean an entire pool more than once or twice without having to pull it out and recharge it. Still very good, just not top tier, and it's not sold as a top tier unit, so that's perfectly fine. So for battery life, we'll give it 8.75 out of 10. One of my favorite features on this unit is the smart surface parking. When it finishes cleaning or the battery gets low, it comes to the surface and parks itself near the edge of the pool. That makes it really easy to grab without a pole. It also releases water as you lift it, so you're not dealing with any unnecessary weight. That's genuinely a useful feature. Now, one of the trade-offs is you don't get a charging dock like you do with some of the premium models. You're still using more of a traditional charger setup. So charging is more of a manual thing, but this is one of the ways that this cleaner keeps itself in that mid-tier price range. It's not a deal breaker, it's just something to be aware of. This charger is a bit of an upgrade though, as the port is covered, and this charger is faster than most in this category. Warranty is 2 years, which is right in line with most other mid-tier cleaners. However, it's a full replacement warranty, unlike some other brands that don't offer full replacement warranties and will try to prorate the warranty based on how long you've actually owned the unit. Beatbot is known for good customer service, and I wouldn't expect that to change just because this isn't one of their premium offerings. If you've looked at some of Beatbot's higher end models though, they do offer longer coverage, so that is one of the trade-offs. That being said, I do factor in customer support, and Beatbot's been pretty responsive from what I've seen. So, well, it's not the longest warranty on paper, it seems to be backed up by a company that stands behind their product. So considering all those factors, the warranty score is an 8.5 out of 10. So here's how I've added it all up. Cleaning ability, 8.5. Suction power, 8. Navigation, 8.5. Battery life, 8.75. And the fifth category, warranty, 8.5. That gives it an overall score of 8.45 out of 10, which puts it in a very strong position in that mid-tier range. But here's my key takeaway. If you don't have a tanning ledge or a Baja shelf or any other shallow areas to worry about, then this is just a well-rounded, good mid-tier cleaner. But if you do have a tanning ledge or shallow areas to worry about, then it becomes one of the more interesting options in the price range because it actually addresses a problem that other cleaners ignore. This is a very smart option by Beatbot because it is not trying to compete with premium robots that cost a whole lot more. What it's doing is offering a specific set of features that matter to a lot of pool owners, especially those with a lot of shallow areas to contend with without pushing them into that premium price range. And for the right pool setup like this one with multiple shallow areas, that makes a really good option. If you've got a tanning ledge, I'd be curious to know what cleaner you're using now and if it actually handles it well. Let me know down below in the comments, and remember, belly flops build character.